You are studying right now for the purpose of getting a degree, right? And then being able to get a good paying, satisfying, and fulfilling job and career in the near future. Before you get the job of your dreams, you need to apply for it. Unless you own the company, then you don't have to apply. But for us, we have to send a resume and a cover letter as your formal application for the job to let the employer know that we are qualified. You are qualified for the job that they're looking for. Are these letters familiar to you? Resume and cover letter? These are the very first letters you are going to make to have a job. So, this letter's purpose is to persuade the owner and or the hiring manager to hire you and not somebody else because competition nowadays is very high. Your resume and cover letter often make the first impression towards you. This is the first time that they'll know you. So that's their first impression. In this letter, it shows the potential employer or owner your personality, what you are like, and your qualifications if you're qualified for the job, and that you have what it takes. So what is resume? A resume is a formal document. It's a formal document that a job applicant, you, if you are applying for a job, that you create to itemize your qualifications for a position. So it is a brief document that summarizes you as a job candidate. So it has a format, so you don't have to worry on what to write. So what is its purpose? The goal of this formal document or this formal letter so if it's a formal document, so you use the formal register. The goal and overall purpose of a resume is to introduce yourself and your qualifications and skills to the employers. So it's an informational document that tells your career story, your academic stories, and outlining the details, all details in an easily read format. Easily read format. You let them see if it is you that they are looking for. So this is the format of resume. So in your left upper left corner of the letter is your full name and your address. So this is your contact information, your address, your phone number, and your email address. Under that is a summary of you, why you are applying for the job, and or your objective, the reason why you're writing a resume and sending it to them. So this is an example. In the first sentence, you write down your, they're actually just two sentences, but and the first one, it directly informs them why you are writing this resume. You want to work as a marine engineer. And then first class international vessel. Before you write your resume, you do a research first of the company you're applying, of course. So that's the reason why you want to apply in that job. So you have to research about that company. You should know them first before writing your letter. So if it's a first class international vessel, you write it down because it also boosts the morale of the company. But if it's not a first class international vessel, then you can omit that and know what is the one that excels in the company that you're applying for. And I can impart my skills and knowledge in marine engineering areas such as blah blah blah. So these are just a summary of your skills and knowledge that they may see it, to capture their attention that you are qualified for the job that you're applying for. And last is these skills will help the company achieve its mission of providing a safe voyage. So again, before you write your resume or application letter, you research what is the company is about, and one of that, and most especially know their mission and vision, because that is the goal, that is where the company is heading forward. So if you want to join the crew, you want to join the workforce, then you are of the same direction. So that is the mission and vision of the company. So if you do your research and you incorporate that here, then you already get that link from you and with you and the employer. So you have the same point of view, the same perspective. And then below that, so it's just a short one, but again, it needs research. Know your employer and why you want to work for them. And then next is the professional history. So in professional history, in here you write down your present and past work experience. So you write the company name of your previous work, or your if you're still working with that company, you write it down, and then the dates of tenure, the dates of or your work experience, and then description of role and achievement. So your position. Example is this was example, you were a junior marine engineer and you started working on January 2007, and then the end date if you stopped working from them, or you write present if you're still working from them, and then the address. So that's an example of how you write your professional history. Underneath that position is the description, the description of the role. So that is your responsibilities under that position. So this is an example. You designed and oversaw testing, installation, and repair of marine apparatus and equipment. Phase one, you can see this in if you had an experience, a work experience. In your contract, you have there your job description, and those are your responsibilities. Kung wala, if you don't have any professional history, then you omit that. So especially if you just graduated and you don't have any experience yet, so you can omit that. Under your educational history, you list your highest degrees and the ones most relevant to the position you're applying for. If you're seeking a job as a marine engineer, you can list the school you graduated from and the date of graduation. So okay, again, highest degrees and the ones that are relevant to the position, meaning so if you have doctorate or master's degree, you write it down from highest to bachelor's degree. And also the ones that are most relevant to the position. So this is an example of the how you write down the schools under educational histories. Example, if you graduated in Negros Maritime, so you write Negros Maritime College Foundation Incorporated. What course did you graduate? And then the year of the graduation, and then you also write down the address, the address of the school you graduated from. Okay, and then under that, so you write down every educational history, educational attainment that you had, and again, that is most relevant to the position you are applying for. And then skills. So skills that are related to the job you're applying for. So you must know what the skills they require. Higher chances of getting the job when you have the skills or certifications of those skills. So you write down all the skills that you have, what you've learned in your studies. So during your school days, what are the things that you've learned that is relevant to the job that you're applying for? Of course, be honest. No? So again, be truthful, authentic in your writing. Okay, so under that, this is optional, your awards and achievements, or also your certifications. So this is optional, but if you have, then you can include that.